Why is it that whenever SEOs try to tell you what's changed, that they send you a lot of videos of their faces and none of them have any data? I'm going to go over today what's changed within the March core update and how a lot of Google's policies, primarily around EEAT, have finally now baked into Google and what we're seeing from the data. I'm going to go through websites that have won and websites that have not won, and we're going to find the strongest correlate as to why some of those websites are doing well and why some of those websites are not. Before we dig into the data, we need to recap two of the primary things that Google is looking for. They're looking for a good brand and they're looking for good content. They have over 200 ranking factors to help them decipher, are they serving up a good brand and are they serving up a good set of content to the right users. If you're really a professional SEO, then you really know how to track what's been changing. And here's what I think has changed based on the data that I'm just going to show you in this video. Number one, I think that brand, we'll go over what brand means, has increased in terms of its priority and importance in the ranking systems. Content has stayed the same in terms of its importance of the ranking systems, and backlinks have unfortunately started to take an even larger dip than it has before. Google's quality rater guidelines can give us a lot of information that we would not be able to gather otherwise. Before we get into quality rater guidelines and how to interpret them, it's really important to note how they're used by the Google search team. Primarily, they're used as a feedback loop to ensure that their ranking and search systems are working as expected. And so as we scroll through the quality rater guidelines, what we can see are essentially a set of goals or objectives that the search team is trying to implement through their automated systems. We're going to look through a particular part of this document right here. I'm just going to read it verbatim. It says, in determining page quality, raters must consider EEAT, the first-hand experience of the creator, the expertise of the creator, the authoritativeness of the creator, the main content itself and the website, and the trust, the extent to which the page is accurate, honest, safe, and reliable. Towards the bottom of this document, I am going to hone in on something very important that seems to have gotten a lot more weight from the March core update that a lot of SEOs are completely missing. And it says, researching the reputation of the website and creator, a website's reputation is based on the experience of real users, as well as the opinion of people who are experts in the topic of the website. And so let's go through the winners of the March core update, because they do exist contrary to what many SEOs have said on YouTube. And what we will see is that branding or reputation, which is the more accurate term, has taken much stronger of an effect than it has prior. And so let's dig into the first site. Here is ZuneXPestControl.com, and we can see their traffic actually started to increase around the March update, which many people believe doesn't even exist. And as we go to their Google search results, what we can see is that they have a very robust search result for their brand. They have a matching Google My Business profile. As we scroll down, they have a Facebook, Yelp, and they even have a LinkedIn page that all link back to the site. Not only just in the way that it's backlinked, but contextually, it is showing that real people are there and there is reputation behind the website. Most used words.com, and as we can see, their traffic into March was sustained and even grew slightly. And if we go into Google, we can see a pretty healthy amount of results from the bottom. We have third-party mentions from both the Google Play Store, this company called Overdrive, which is referencing publishers, which means that Most Used Words wrote a book. We can see that referenced here multiple times. MostUsedWords.com as a Facebook page and more, which includes Amazon. And they even have their own knowledge panel with profile links going to social media pages, proving that they are a real entity. Here we can see RiverHeightsEyeCare.com. We can see their traffic right around the March update, sustaining, even going a little bit higher. If we go into Google, we can see River Heights Eye Care has a pretty healthy amount of results from both the website itself all the way to having a Facebook profile, LinkedIn profile, some videos that are appearing on Facebook that are clearly indexed, X profile, and even their own YouTube page as well. And now let's take a look at some of the losers, and what we can see are some pretty drastic correlations showing that what we just saw from some of the winners are not in any of the losers. And so let's take a look at the first one. A major loser includes this website, ncesc.com. We can see a pretty strong trend from over 1 million visitors back in 2023 to a strong, sharp decline in the March core update, going down to about 32,000 visitors. This is a website about all sorts of things, no clear delineation around what it's writing about, and as you go into Google, it doesn't even have a good understanding of the brand, and in fact, NCESC doesn't really even show up as a website, and it looks like it may have even been a purchased site, meaning an expired domain. Travelmen.com, which shows a very sharp decline in traffic around the March core update, going from 8.4 thousand in traffic and declining. If we go into Google, we can see there's one search result for them, travelmen.com. Aside from that, there is very little about them that's available. Namescrunch.com, we can see the traffic was increasing all the way up to around 109,000 before the March update, plummeting to roughly 39,000. As we go into Google, we can see very limited results for their brand as well. We have one result, as well as a few potential results that Google is seeing. It looks the way that it's presenting it like it's still slightly unclear. A Pinterest profile, an X profile, which goes to show that just creating social media profiles is actually not the answer. You want third-party mentions now more than ever. And then after that, there is very little to nothing. So what does this all mean? Well, in short, it probably means that we need to think about backlinks and brand mentions very differently. We need to think about brand mentions in the same way that the Quality Rater guidelines thought of them, and thinking about our brand as almost online reputation management and no longer just about building backlinks. And so I went into Google and I looked up what is online reputation management, since online reputation management is now taking the place of Google. And this is my own thought process and theory based on evidence that we're seeing in this video. I found that online reputation management is establishing and managing a positive perception of a business. It covers encouraging positive reviews, tracking brand mentions, and responding to users' comments on social media, product review websites, and other platforms. Is it so implausible that if this matters to users, this metric of online reputation, then why wouldn't it matter to Google? And so if you want my top advice, here's what I would do. Number one, I would look through whether or not you are having this problem by searching your own brand through Google and seeing how robust the results are. Number two, I would start building up third-party mentions of your brand in all of the places that it matter, because clearly it is getting a much higher priority within Google's ranking systems than I originally anticipated. And number three, I would stop thinking about backlinks as just having a link to your website, but more so having a brand mention to your website from various trusted sources where people are talking about you. Remember, I am the big rig and not the Tonka truck SEO. And so if you want to reach out to me, I provide a number of SEO services for major brands. I have hidden my identity so I can be more candid and open with the community. My email address will be right here on the video, and you can reach out to me on my profile. And I hope that this video was useful.